turn, I've been seeing you. Oh shit, nice.
Yeah,
Isn't that better than...
You're just better than you. Anyway.
Don't worry,
Alright.
my sister's gonna be so much better than me.
So I'm opening up packs for, you know, to core set 2015. I've already opened up 4 of them, and we had some kind of video editing problems, so don't worry, you know, all that's solved. You missed me opening the actual box, but what's important are the packs, right? What's important is the gambling addiction that we all get from this. Alright, so let's get another kick of that awesome drug known as Magic the Gathering. Alright, let's see what the rare is here. Alright, I got Chasm Skulker. Let's see, what does it say? Whenever you draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on Chasm Skulker. When Chasm Skulker dies, put an X/1/1 blue squid creature tokens with island walk onto the battlefield with X number of 1/1 counters on him. And he's 3 mana for a 1/1. I guess that's good for a token deck. I don't really play token decks that much, and I don't play blue that much either. So, I mean, I play blue, but it's mostly like counterspell. This is more like kind of creature invasion blue. I don't know. That's a weird color to put that ability on. Oh well. Alright, open up the next pack. I get a huge adrenaline rush whenever I open these. I don't know why. Oh my god, what am I doing in my life? Alright, oh crap. Alright, I opened that wrong. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. Oh my god, I opened that wrong. I believe in karma. I believe that's going to fuck over whatever I get now. Jalira Master Polymorphous. What does it do? 4 mana for 2/2. You tap 3 mana and tap. Sacrifice another creature. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary creature card. Put that card on the battlefield and the rest. Okay, actually, this is actually a pretty good card if you play it right. Holy shit. Now, I'm not actually looking at the uncommons and commons because those don't really matter too much to me. But you know, if you're that interested, I could post up a list later of what cards I got in there as well. But you could probably just find those online. Honestly, with uncommon and commons, even if I don't get what I want, I can just go online and buy for like 5 cents. So they don't really matter. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs open. Now I have about 30 to go. My friends are laughing in the corner. I'm going to kick their ass later. They forget that I'm physically stronger than both of them. So I play Children's Card. Oh my god. Obnixilis Unshot. He's gay, by the way. If anybody wants an Asian man, other side at night. It's called Jackie Yang. Anyway, so it's 7 mana for a 4/4 flying trample. Okay, that already doesn't sound good. Whenever an opponent searches library, that player sacrifices a creature or loses 10 life. Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on Obnixilis. I don't actually know how much library searching there is in this set, but I mean, I haven't played Standard in a while. Well, last time I played was World Wake, and back then searching library was actually a really big thing, especially with the whole search line thing. I remember Time Star. Time Star was a very, very, very fun set. And, I mean, I liked Eldrazi too, but that was more like, apparently it's more based for the Yu-Gi-Oh people, where it's like, you know, you just summon big monsters and then just hit each other in the face until one of you dies. Okay, I got a Sliver Hive. I guess slivers are a thing again. So tap 1 for uncolorless mana, tap 1 to add any mana for only a sliver spell, and then tap 5 for a colorless sliver. The 5 makes sense if you actually have a sliver deck, but I can't imagine this costing very much unless slivers are a thing. I mean, I've gotten maybe 3 slivers so far, and they're not OP. I remember there's one sliver that gives protection against all colors. That was an OP sliver. I can't wait to get a mythic. I've already opened up 8 packs. Technically, you're guaranteed to think about 3 mythics every box. Usually, I just buy them in sets of 3s because I have pretty good luck with them. My first 3 packs I got 2. I got Emrakul and I got what's the other one? Ulamog. Yeah, both together. Imagine that. All right, so what's the one this time? Oh, I got my first mythic. Speak of the devil, Soul of Ravnica. So it's 6 mana for flying, 7 mana to draw a card for each color among the permanents you control, and then 7 to exile it from your graveyard to do the exact same thing. That's a unique idea. I actually don't know how this works around. I might make a deck around it though, if you could. Okay, opening up number, what is this, number 9, number 10 now. Just getting it out. You know, sometimes I just have to resist the temptation to rip it open. There's really no reason not to rip it open, but I just like trying to keep it in one piece. Easy to put back also. Mass Calcify. Oh yeah, this is actually a very good spell. Mass Calcify. Destroy all target non-white creatures. So obviously it costs more to do less because that way you can save your own creatures, assuming you're running a green, a white deck. Oh yeah, this is actually a card from. I remember this from the Eldrazi set. I guess they brought it back just because they wanted something to put in core. I mean, I like the core set because it brings back cards, but sometimes, like especially commons, it brings back really shitty cards. And this one ripped. That can't be a good sign. Oh well, that's what we get here. Preeminent Captain. I remember this card being very good back in, I think, Shadowmaw when it came out. I don't really run soldiers either, but I guess that also fits in the whole white-red token thing. Huh. It was one of the cards I wanted to get, but not for my own sake. I have friends who, I have a friend who plays a soldier deck, and he said if I got it, he would immediately trade it with me. I have no idea what he has that I want though, but we'll find out. He also got a box of M15. Honestly, the only card I really want out of this set is probably Garruk, because I just own every single Garruk, and that's the only one I don't own, and it's out, and I want it. And that's as simple as that. I like collecting Planeswalkers, but I would give up a lot of them just for Garruk. Chord of... Oh, yeah, shit, no, this card's really good. Chord of Calling. This came back in the Ravnica set, and it's basically you get to summon a creature from your library. It's an instant, and it has Convoke, which is very good if you're building a token deck, because then you can summon just something huge. Oh my god, I am actually really happy I got that card. Out of all the cards I got here, I think about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 out of the 6 are actually really excited about. The rest of the 6, like Grind Clock, is just kind of like, I don't own one, might as well be nice to have one. And this one ripped again, god damn it. They all have this little rip in them, and I don't know if that's done on purpose or not. What's the next one? Scuttling Doom Engine. My friends are laughing in the background. I'm gonna kick their ass as soon as this is over. Oh, never mind, it's not gonna do it with me. What is that? Oh, that's actually pretty fucking funny. So Scuttling Doom Engine can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. When Scuttling Doom Engine dies, it deals 6 damage to target. Oh. I actually really like this card. I feel there's a lot of potential. I mean, worst case scenario, you summon it, it gets killed, and then it does 6 damage to the opponent. Best case scenario, you trample over the little guys. Oh, by the way, Jackie?
Yeah.
Can you charge my laptop for me? As it's 2% right now. Thanks. My cameraman is awesome. I mean, he's homosexual, but he's also really awesome. So it nullifies that. Nothing against homosexual.
The latter part is true. The former is not.
He's homosexual. He's. Oh my god! I got a dual land. I'm not really excited about dual lands, to be honest, but you know they're really good in the trade. So I always welcome that, because worst case scenario, I gotta trade them for something better, or get some cash, because now I have money because I actually have a job, unlike some of the deadbeats who are sitting around me. But when I was younger, like I just used money. I just used money to that I got for school. Oh, what the fuck is this? Soul of New Phyrexia. Is Phyrexia still a thing? Trample. It's a 6 for 6/6 trample. Permanents you control gain indestructibility until end of turn for 5 mana, or you can do the same thing. Oh. So I have Soul of New Phyrexia and Soul of Ravnica. I guess I understand where the theme is going now. Problem is, no, that's already 2 mythics, and I really want the last one to be Garruk. So hopefully I draw Garruk. I will kind of be a little bit annoyed if I didn't get Garruk. By the way, I'll be posting a list of all the cards I've gotten later on in the description, so then you could read it in case you don't want to hear me talk for God knows how long this is going to take. Mercurial Pretender. Just showing you the art. Obviously, I'm just reading it off so that you know what it is if you haven't read the list. You may have Mercurial Pretender enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control, except it gains 4 mana, return this creature to its owner's hand, and it's a 5 mana. It's basically the same as all your standard, copy cards, except you can return it to your hand, and then presumably summon it back again, if somebody doing blades it, or if you just have something you really need to be taken care of. For example, if they summon a Platinum Angel, you don't exactly want to be without one. If you copy the mirror in the first 3 turns, I don't know exactly how that would work. What are my friends showing me? My friends are idiots. Anyway, moving on. Oh, Wall of Frost. I remember that card. Oh wow, cool. I got a shiny rare this time. So first, I'll show you the regular rare, which is Hushwing. Griff? It's a griffin. It's a griffin. And then my rare is Avarice Amulet. See how shiny it is? So for Hushwing Griff, it's 3 mana for a flash for a 2/1 flying. And its ability is creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. So I guess that's very good. Oh yeah, that's holy shit, that's actually really good against my friend. Because he has a token deck, it's like every time it comes in, something populates or extort or whatever. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna destroy him with this card. For Avarice Amulet, it's a 4 mana for it's 4 mana equipment, and it says equip the creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance, and at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. When equipped the creature dies, target opponent gains Avarice Amulet. It also says at the bottom, designed by Penny Arcade. Don't exactly know why, but I guess thanks for that card. I don't know if I want to play this because I'm not really good at protecting my creatures, and I don't really have many decks that have both creature removal and the ability to protect the creature. Maybe I'll put it in a black deck. I have no idea. I'm just trying to think of deck ideas right now with these cards. Because right now I have decks based on a lot around the Ravnica set. I don't really like Theros very much because the whole enchantment creature thing I think is kind of stupid. Because it's a lot of mana. Like you have a 6 mana creature for a 3/3 intimidate, but in exchange for 6 mana, which is basically the entire turn, you can put it onto a creature where it presumably dies at the end. And I get another rare land. I didn't actually expect it, but this box may actually pay for itself just in terms of. Oh, by the way, there's also this card right here. It's called Nightfire Giants. The abilities don't really matter too much. It's pointed out because it's on most of the packs I showed here actually. Oh, guys, my dick. You know what? By the way, I have this wonderful friend named Jimmy who's sitting next to me. If you guys want to know his address, just post that question in the comments. I'll gladly give it to you. I'll tell you what school he goes to, everything about him actually. And also, there's another friend named Jackie Ang we're in his house right now. If you want, I could lead you outside the address. Find out Google Maps. Come stalk his house. He's a really pretty guy. No homo. Oh, what is this? Cruel Sadist. This reminds me of the card like Helpless Maiden from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if any of you guys remember that. I thought always that was a shitty card, but apparently it's good. So it's a 1 mana for 1/1 black. You play black for one black tap, 1 life, and you get to put a 1/1 counter on it. 3 mana tap. You get to remove the counters and deal that much damage to the target creature. Oh. I like it a lot, especially since it's a 1-drop. So basically an assassinate card that can also build itself up. So if you need to kill something and they target control, you just use it. If you don't, you just have a swinger that keeps getting bigger every turn. If only Evolve had black in this, then I might actually lose it. Actually, I have an Evolve deck. It did not work out at all. That really needed the right cards for it. It was like I like Magic more than Yu-Gi-Oh because you don't really need to have the right cards. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to say you have this specific card or else you can't play it. Magic, it's like, oh, let me make a common uncommon deck that just wipes out your $50 million deck. Calonian Twin Grove. I don't actually know anything about this card. I didn't look up the spoilers very intensely. I just saw the group there and I just came. So Calonian Twin Grove's power and toughness are each equal to the number of forests you control. When it enters the battlefield, put a green Treefolk warrior with this exactly the same. Okay, so I get this 6 mana for 2 creatures that are both tree folks that have the same toughness and power based on the number of forests. I mean, this is obviously a mono green kind of card. I don't really like mono green anymore. I started out as a mono green player, but I realized that everything in the world just wants to kill you. Counter spells, Return to your hand. Return to the graveyard. Removal. Nothing wants green creatures to live. So I actually started playing black just because instead of black and red, because instead of building something only see it die, I'd rather see the world burn. But enough about my personal philosophy. Haunted Plate Mail. Oh wow, this is a card I've heard a lot about. This is also a new card. So it's 4 mana, and the enchanted creature gets 4+4+4 for a quick cost of 4. But at the end of the turn, it can become a 4/4 spirit artifact creature that's no longer an equipment as long as you don't have any creatures. So if there's a creature wipe spell, you still have a 4/4 creature on the field, and I'm pretty sure that's also the whole concept of Gideon Jura from the Gate Crash. Just exile all permanents, so all you're left with is one. Maybe at that point it might have like maybe 3 counters, but 3/3 when your opponent basically spent their entire deck trying to win the game, and yeah, that's how you win. Of course, it doesn't have the exile permanent thing, but you can get some solid damage with that thing. I have Ogre Spirit. Now, I'm not really that excited about Ogre, because when they try to come out with these like new sets like Minotaurs and Centaurs, they usually don't have enough to make them good. They're never gonna, even if they're decent, they're never gonna be like goblins or elves. So whenever you activate an ability of an artifact, if it isn't a mana ability, you may pay red. If you do copy that ability, okay, well. So he's not a subset kind of card. He's just like put in an artifact that kind of card. I'm glad they made modern, because standard with standard you really don't have too many options. Like I remember back when it was Eldrazi. Oh my god, almost no one played. Like you couldn't run a draft with just Eldrazi cards. You needed cards from like Zendikar, Woldrake, or what was the core set at that point? 2012, I believe, 2011. But yeah, you could not run it with just that. Oh, cool! I got Avacyn. So Avacyn is back. She's 5 mana for 5/4 Flying Vigilance. You get to tap 2 mana to prevent all damage that would be dealt to another creature by the sources of the color of choice. So if somebody's running a mono color deck, that basically means protection for 1 turn, at least in terms of damage. Or you get to prevent all damage that would be dealt to target player by sources of color this turn. So actually, I would really like her if I was playing team matches, because it protects other people as well with no. And then again, it costs 7 mana to prevent that damage. Well, I guess at the point when you're able to summon Avacyn, 7 mana to protect yourself from death is not too much to say. God knows I love mana ramp, even in white where mana ramp is basically non-existent. Oh god, I wrecked that one. That's not too good. I really like what I've been pulling so far. Oh, I have shiny invisibility. What else I have? Philo Titan. When Philo Titan dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of his or her next upkeep. So it's 6 mana for 7/2, and I guess it's meant to die a lot. It'd be good for when creatures come in, you do this or that. And I guess it's a 7/2, so whatever it blocks or attacks is going to end up dying if it dies. I'm trying to think. Because with cards like this is a card that most combos look for. A card that comes back with no consequences. You don't have to pay mana. You don't have to do this or that. It doesn't come in tap. It just... Actually, does it come in tap? Yeah, it does come in tap. Never mind. But this is the kind of card that people look for in a combo. If only it wasn't 6 mana. Like, if this was a 1 mana 1/1 that did that, that would be amazing. That would... I don't know what it would do with standard, but in Legacy, that'd be hardcore. Now, I haven't played too much of Legacy. I have like an old elf deck, and I have a goblin deck that spans back to like 8th edition. But nowadays, a lot of people I play with, like they're just OP. Once I went to college, I realized I am no way the biggest nerd of Magic there is. And I even applied to be a judge. I took the test. Tried getting tested in Magic. It is actually not that fun. In Garruk's Wake. Alright, I guess kind of close to what I actually want. Destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control. So it's 9 mana, and it's a sorcery. But you basically have to wipe out your opponent's entire field of anything useful, unless they're running an artifact deck. I don't know why they would do that, but... So I have 2, I believe I have 2 field wipes at this point. Holy shit, yeah, these are really good cards. I didn't actually look at the set too closely, but this is a lot better than when I pulled Gate Crash. Gate Crash, it was like, oh, I have 5 cards that are good, and everything else requires like 10 other cards to be useful. The Chain of it. Okay, this is I haven't read it yet. I'm going to show it to you. I've not read it yet, but just by looking at it, I feel like it's going to be terrible. Let me look at it. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't activate the loyalty ability of a planeswalker, you lose 2 life. 4 mana tap. For each planeswalker you control, you may activate one of its ult. Oh. So I need to put this in the deck with planeswalkers. It's a very iffy. I don't like it because it's like it's great if I can play it, but if I just put it in my deck and I never summon it, then it's useless. And if I get it and I don't get a planeswalker, it becomes useless anyway. So let's see, how many mythics did I die? I already got 3 mythics. I really hope they give me the last one into form of group. I really want that group. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care what else I pull as long as I get the group. Huh. I put a lot of fucking cards. Yeah, I'm. This is definitely gonna take a long time to list what I got from this. I've also divided in terms of what pack I got, just because I'm gonna put it back into the pack later. All right, let's see what this is. Genesis Hydra. I believe this was this in a previous set? I don't actually know. This looks familiar, but then again, all the Hydras look the goddamn same. No racism intended. When you cast Genesis Hydra, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card with converted mana X among them on the battlefield. Then shuffle the rest of your library. And then it's 2 mana with an X counter, and of course you get the X one more counters. Oh, that's a lot better than the other Hydras. Most of the Hydras only come in as a big creature, and then, you know, if your opponent has Doomblade, that's basically the end of it. But at least you get something out of it, even if you burn 10 mana into it. I just never liked the Hydras very much, because I felt like they were just a way to burn mana for green. And green usually doesn't need that kind of thing. They usually have big enough creatures by themselves. Alright, so let's see what I get. Chief Engineer. Artifact spells you have Invoke, and then it basically spends like an entire paragraph telling you what Convoke is. It's 2 mana for 1/3. I guess, I mean, this is not a bad card, especially if you have Artifact. I mean, there was another card here that had to do with Artifacts. I guess Artifacts are making a comeback. But this is the kind of card where you need like 4 of them in order for it to be a good deck, you know, if you want to run that. And I don't really run Artifacts anyway. I believe we're in the last like 7 packs. Wow, this is... This went by a lot more quickly than I thought it would. I'm very sad. I waited a long time for this. I waited 3 weeks for this. I was studying for final. All I thought about was this. I passed though, don't worry. What is Frenzied Goblin? Whenever Frenzied Goblin attacks, you may pay red. If you do, target creature can't block this turn. I guess goblins are also thing. Oh, Shield of the Avatar. I don't know who the Avatar is in this situation. If a source would deal damage to equip the creature, prevent X of that damage, where X is the number of creatures you control. It's 1 mana to play and 2 mana to equip. So I have a lot of cards here that are good for tokens. I pray to God he doesn't find out and get these cards, because he is going to ask me to badge me for them, and I don't want to make his decks OP. I only really play with like 5 people. I only play with about 5 people consistently, and most of them like to run tokens because I don't know why. I guess because most of my decks are bad against tokens, and luckily they're not good at Magic, so they don't know what cards. Oh crap! I got a Dissipate, but I also got a Hornet Queen. I don't like Hornet Queen. I have. Oh my God! Okay, never mind. Hold on. I saw the Dissipate. This is really. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. I'm sweating a lot because I'm just getting so worked up about this. So I got a Dissipate, which is a very good card because it's basically a counterspell that exiles it. I was happy. Then I got a Hornet Queen, which has been reprinted basically every single set, and I was like, fuck a dog, seriously. And then I get fucking Jace, and he's fucking foil Jace. I mean, I don't even know what he does yet, but the fact I got a foil Planeswalker, like I told my friend before, like you get a Mythic, it might cost like, you know, $10, $20. I mean, there's shit mythics like $1, but you know, we're gonna ignore those. But like, you know, mythics can cost like, you know, $10, $20. But then when you have a foil mythic, that doubles the price. So this basically pays for half the entire box right here. Okay, so that was a whirlwind of emotion. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it, but Jesus fucking Christ! I hope if this happened, but still, it's not Garruk. Wait, I didn't even see what the fuck he does. All right, so. He's 4 mana for 5, which means his abilities suck. Alright. +1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them in your graveyard. Number -3. Return another target non-land permanent to his owner's hand, and -8. Each player shuffles his or her hand in the graveyard into this library. You draw 7 cards. Huh. I mean, he's not like OP. He's not like gonna end the game. It's not. I figure with Jace, I also own all the Jaces, but that's a lot less of a significant thing. Except I don't know. He doesn't. It's not a game ender, but it's really good for shutting down your opponent. Especially like you have all the lands and he'll have all the lands, but he'll have nothing to play. Fuck! I wish I brought sleeves. That is actually a very great poem. I can't appreciate it because I really just want blue because I hate blue, but yet I have so many. I have all the Jace cards. I have Tamio. Oh my god, blue just will not stay away from me. All right. Getting nervous. See, that's why I can usually rely on my luck just to get me Garruk. But I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen this time because it just doesn't seem that likely. Necromancer Stockpile. I have no idea what this card is. The artwork also looks kind of weird. It's not something I would imagine from Magic the Gathering, to be honest. So it's 2 mana for an enchantment, and you tap 2 mana, discard a creature card, draw a card. If the discarded card was a zombie card, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on the battlefield tapped. Alright, so I guess it's you have to go through your deck, find what you want. Typical zombie stuff, put stuff in the graveyard so you can resurrect it later and be an asshole. I hate resurrection. There was a time when there was I forget what it was, but there was like a resurrection deck, and it was like you would just mill your entire deck into the graveyard, and then you summon like a Terracodon. That was one of the things, and then you would summon. Oh yeah, that back then, that was when people, like I had Mrockle, and I never really used it because I couldn't find a way to ramp up to it before I got Elves, and everybody wanted it because you just put it, oh, wait, hold on. Was it a Mrockle? I don't know, because he has the ability where he gets put back into the library of the graveyard, but I don't know if that's from his hand or if that's just from the library in general. But people wanted the big creatures I had because I played green, so that was the one time where green fell love, but it was tainted by black. Not that black is bad. So I have Siege Dragon for 7 mana for 5/5. Let's see what it does. It's flying, of course. When Siege Dragon enters the battlefield, destroy all walls your opponent controls. When Siege Dragon attacks, if the defending player has no walls, it deals 2 damage to each creature without flying that player controls. Kind of reminds me of the other dragon where like it does damage to all the creatures when it attacks. I mean, that one didn't have the wall ability, but that one also did more damage. I don't know which one is better. I guess this one is considered better just because it costs more, but I wouldn't play it. I mean, I wouldn't play dragons to begin with, not even as an endgame. They're just not that good. I had a friend who tried to make a dragon deck. I know there are a lot of cards meant for dragon decks, but I just don't know what I would do with them because they're just it's too high mana, even for greens, especially since red doesn't have that much ramp. Red ramp is just kind of like, okay, you get 5 extra mana this turn, and that's it. Another foil, but just a common. So return to ranks. So by the fact that it's an X count, X spell, and return to ranks, I assume it's, yeah. Return X target creature cards with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Definitely never going to show my friend any of this because, oh my god. So much I might have to make a token deck of this spell because everything here just like scales how many creatures you have. There's just no way around it. I am running out of places to put these cards. Goblin Kaboomist. I remember reading this card. I remember not liking it, even though it's a goblin card. I think it's because it's part of, I think I remember it being a goblin card where it's like you have to. I don't like cards where you have to, flip a coin or roll dice or whatever because in the end, it's just like you can't rely on it at all. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a colorless artifact token named Landmine on the battlefield with red mana. Sacrifice this artifact. This artifact deals 2 damage to target attacking creature with flying. Then flip a coin. If you lose a flip, Goblin Kaboomist does 2 damage to itself. Actually, it isn't too bad because I could just put, tokens, and then once Goblin Kaboomist dies, inevitably, because I'm probably going to throw the Goblin Grenade, I don't lose anything, it just dies. I have 2 attacks left. I highly doubt I'm going to get that Garruk, unfortunately. Not much I could do about it. Just hope it doesn't cost a lot. The Garruk from the last set, thankfully, was less than $10. But I mean, I don't remember this one's ability, but I pray to God he does not go like fucking like $15. So I got a Master of Predicaments. I don't like Sphinxes either. That's another subset I don't like. Try making a deck out of those. Alright, so flying for 4/4 that costs 5 mana. Whenever Master of Predicaments deals combat damage to a player, choose a card in your hand. That player guesses whether the converted mana cost is greater than 4. If the player gets wrong, you may cast the card without paying its mana cost. This kind of falls in that category of red and blue cards where it's like, it's fun because of like the social manipulation aspect of it and the gambling risk part of it, but it's not something you would ever put into a competitive deck at least. Where the fuck I put? Okay, so I have one more pack left. I have one more chance to get Garruk, and the chance is probably going to be 0.01%. But I got a foil Planeswalker. Once I could do it again in the same box because miracles happen and I believe in ponies.
Ponies are real.
Ponies are real. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, so I didn't. Okay, I didn't get it. Never mind. I'm just gonna leave and kill myself. Bye. No, just kidding. I got arrow spouts, ether spouts. For each attacking creature, its opponent puts it on top or bottom of his. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's. Never mind. Never mind. Creature tokens are fine as long as I had that card. Creature tokens are fine. I'm just gonna put blue in whatever deck. All right. So that's all the cards I have right now. I mean, I didn't get Garruk. I got a picture of him, but I'm not. That's not gonna hold me over. I need the actual card, so I'm gonna go to the card game store right now and buy it because I have nothing else to do in my life. All right, thank you very much for watching the video.
He's lying.